What's up, bros? Welcome to another Brograph motion graphics tutorial. I am Matt Milstead, and today we're going to be going over creating custom wipe transitions using Alpha and Luma Mattes. So let's go ahead and get into it. What this tutorial is really going to be about is introducing some of our beginners to Luma and Alpha Mattes, so that you can really start to understand what they are and how they work. So the wipe transition is a really easy one to create for this demonstration. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into After Effects, and we will start a new composition. 720, 1280. Let's go ahead and make this about 10 seconds. All right. So we're going to call this one Transition. And then let's go ahead and create another one, and we're going to make this one square. So 720 by 720, and hit OK. Now in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to create a circle wipe where a whole bunch of circles come on the screen at once and wipe into the next scene or footage. So here is going to be our circles. And as we can see, let's go ahead and create a new solid, and let's go ahead and make this white. Nope, I take that back. Let's make it black. Okay, so since we've already made the solid, if you do Command-Shift-Y, that will bring up your solid settings properties, and then we can go ahead and change this color back to black. Now let's make a circle. If you come up to your mask tool and click on your ellipse tool and then just double click it, since we've got a square composition of 720 by 720, it creates a perfect circle. So from there, now let's scale this up. Hit S, make a keyframe. Let's go forward about maybe 5 frames, and then we'll create another keyframe. And one thing I like to do on these, I like to ease in because it creates a nice organic movement. And then let's ease out here. But let's change this scale to 0. So you can see over the course of 5 frames, you know what, let's make that 10. That's a little quick. Boop, just move that there. You can see, whoop, right there. And if you want to add a little bit of motion blur to it, you can. Might make it look pretty good in the end. That's always fun. All right, so that's it. Not really. Let's go back into our transition, and then we will call this comp circle, our circle comp, and then we will bring it into our transition. You can see there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this a whole bunch of times and fill up the screen. And we're going to change the scale a whole bunch of different times and put it throughout. So we'll take that one, then we'll duplicate it. We'll move this one here, and we'll scale it down a little bit. Then we'll duplicate it, move it down here. Let's scale it up a little bit, then duplicate it again, and so on, all the way throughout. Move that there. So if you want to skip forward, feel free, but we're just going to wipe from left to right. So we start here, and then if you don't want it to kind of do the up-down motion, you can randomly place them like here or there or whatever. So basically the order that you duplicate it is going to be the order in which it reveals. And we'll show you how to do that here in a second once I get through this. So let's do that there, then we'll duplicate another one, put that there, duplicate another one, put that up there, move that scale down, duplicate, 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 get a little bit of white there, duplicate that one, put that there, do that, scale that one up a little bit, duplicate down here, duplicate there, put one there, one more time. And I know it seems like a lot of work, but really, this is all the hard work right here. You can get this done in about 5 or 6 minutes if you really just go at it. Okay, duplicate here. Scale that up. Duplicate. That there. Duplicate here. Do one here. Duplicate. Just got a couple more to go. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. If you're in Photoshop, it's duplicate with a J. 1, 2. I think one more. And by the way, if you guys are at NAB this next week, come say hi to me and Dave. We will be there, walking around somewhere. Alright, so now you can see they all kind of come in all at once. Now that's not really what we want. We want it to wipe from left to right. So what we're going to do, here's a little trick that I found out. So if we take all of these circles and we move forward about, say, 2 frames, and then you hit Alt, close bracket, that will trim all your compositions, all your selections to where your timeline indicator is. So then we will select the composition that we want to start with, and then we'll select the layer that we want to end with, and we'll go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Sequence Layers. So we don't want any overlap, and we'll just hit OK. So now that makes every 2 frames, you see, because they were all 2 frames long, it'll sequence them like that. So then we can come to the 10 and hit Alt End Bracket, and then that'll put the end point where the timeline indicator is. And you can see, bloop, 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 as it plays, it's about a 3-second long transition probably. Alright. Whoop. Yep. So that's going to be the basis for our transition. So let's go ahead and pre-compose all of these circles. Shift Command C and hit, we'll call this circle pre-comp. And now let's see, the transition is about 3 seconds. So let's go ahead and do the Alt End Bracket right here. So we're going to trim it from the beginning to the end. And let's create a couple solids. And these solids are going to be just references for us. If you had footage, just imagine your footage is your solids. So we are going to be transitioning from a bright red to a deep blue, deep royal blue. So we'll say we give it about 2 seconds, and then we do our transition, and then we go into the blue. So we're going to want the blue to start where our transition starts, and we want the red to end where our transition ends. And what we're going to do is our red, we're going to use a Alpha Matte. It's actually going to be a alpha inverted map, I believe. There we go. So we start off with our red, and then it transitions to blue. Basically what an alpha is for some of the new guys. So see, anywhere there is a transparent color, that is basically your alpha. So the alpha is basically the transparent area. So as you can see, what we're using is the alpha inverted. We're using the transparent area into the non-transparent. Now if we wanted to do a Luma Matte, what we would do is in our circle, we would actually make this white. So Shift Command Y. You can see that scales up like that. And then in here, it works the same for the Alpha Matte as well. So maybe we should have just used white in the first place. Then we'll switch it to a Luma Matte, Luma Inverted, I'm sorry. And there we go. Transitions from red to blue. So that's an easy way in order to make like custom wipes. You could also create some masks on a layer and on a white layer and use that as a alpha or a Luma matte. Another cool thing that you can do with alphas and lumas, say you want to create some text or you want to cut out an area. So let's go ahead and we're going to type Brograph. Whoops. And we'll just go ahead and move this right here. Scale it up a little bit. Now it's white. And if we do a Luma Matte, well, that's all blue. But say we wanted to cut it out, use the alpha inverted or Luma inverted map, and you see it's cut out right there. So we could say throw like a solid red, or we'll just make a solid white right now, and throw a gradient ramp on there, just for fun. And then we'll start off with red, and then we'll move it to green so you can see in the background, and then we just move this background and you see the color changes. Kind of neat. Easy way to cut out things from solids or from text. Then say maybe you could fly in this text, and it keeps everything all cut out. Whatever you want to do. After Effects is your world. So anyway, that's basically alphas and Luma Mattes in a nutshell, and a way to create custom wipe transitions using alphas or Lumas. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, all the social media sites, on Vimeo, or you can ask us in person if you're going to be at NAB this coming week. Find us. I'm sure we'll be sitting in the Cinema 4D or the After Effects one with our jaws just wide open, just in awe of their magnificence. Feel free to come up and say hi. So we'll see you next time. This is Brograph. I'm Matt Milstead, and peace out.